value. Open up your folder to page 4 for value. Super focus to the upper left-hand corner to the definition on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Circle your definition. And we're going to read it together. Value, an element of art that relates to the lightness or darkness of a color or shade. High key value equals light. Low key value equals dark. You're going to define it in your own words here. Wait till we finish the page and then come back and define it. What would the world be like without the sun? Or in other words, what would the world be like with no value contrast? It would be pretty much like this. Black. No value contrast. And if everything were absolutely white, it would look something like that. You still wouldn't be able to see anything. No value contrast means we can't see anything.
Notice in this clip from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that even in this all-white room, there's still value contrast, or you wouldn't be able to see them.
I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompa-da-dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. What do you get from a glut of TV? A pain in the neck and an IQ of 3. Why don't you try simply reading a book? Or could you just not bear to look? You'll get no, you'll get no, you'll get no, you'll get no, you'll get no commercials. Oompa loompa doompa-dee-da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa, Oompa, Loompa, Oompa-dee-doo.
So the answer here is can't see anything. We cannot or could not see anything. Okay, the dimmer switch analogy. Raise your hand, not your voice. If you have a dimmer switch in your home, or you know what a dimmer switch is, dimmer switch is that thing on a light switch that you can either turn it left and right or push it up and down to make the light gradually get light or gradually get dark. So, draw this diagram with these words in this space. Explain the dimmer switch analogy. So, dimmer switch, make a rectangle, make a vertical rectangle, make a horizontal rectangle in the center, smaller, much smaller, and then a vertical line up and a vertical line down. Then draw an arrow on the left-hand side. Up equals light. So think about it like this. If somebody says, hey, turn the lights up, you know that they want you to turn the lights up brighter, that they want a high key value. High key value. So on the left-hand side, arrow up, light. High key value. On the right-hand side, write down, arrow down, dark. Somebody says, oh, it's too bright in here, turn the lights down. Then they mean they would like for you to make it darker in the room. Down, dark, means low key value. If it's dark, it's low key value. Go ahead and complete your diagram. Before we begin our drawing part on this, I would like for you to close your eyes. Close your eyes, and we're going to do some guided imagery to help you remember the difference between high key value and low key value. Now close your eyes, heads down, no peeking. Now I want you to visualize this story. Imagine that your friends have been telling you about this incredible person that you absolutely have to meet. They're just like you. They talk like you. They like the same movies. They like the same music. They like everything just like you do. Your friends are like, it's amazing. You've got to meet this person. So they give you their telephone number and this person's IM address, and you finally contact them, and you two cannot stop talking. It's like time just like slips away. It's just so much in common. So finally, after a long time of talking online to this person, you finally tell your parents about this person, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know that person. We know their parents. In fact, we really like them, and we think this would be a great time for you to go on your very first really fancy date." So they let you choose the fanciest restaurant you can imagine, and they take you out and go shopping, get you all new clothes. I want you to visualize yourself standing in front of the mirror, and you're looking fine. You're like, yeah, I look really good. So visualize yourself now going to the car, getting into the car, going to the restaurant, and you're at the restaurant now outside. Visualize it's nighttime, it's a low key value, and you walk up to the door. I want you to visualize the color of the door, visualize what the door looks like, visualize the handle on the door, and there's a light right above the door. It's the only high key value outside the restaurant. Everything else is low key value. Visualize the light, look up at the light. I want you to notice that there are bugs flying around the light. They're attracted to the high key value of the light. Now visualize your hand going to the doorknob. You open the door to the restaurant. You walk in. The hostess is standing there, and she takes your name. She leads you to your table. As you go into the restaurant, it's very low key value. Everything's really, really dark except for the candles on the tables. You go to your seat, you have a seat, and you wait for your date. Finally, your date arrives, and it's really, really, really dark. And this is the first time you've ever met them in person, but it's so dark that you still can't see them. But the two of you start talking, and you just talk nonstop. Finally, your server comes up, and your server has to interrupt you 3 times. "Excuse me, can I take your order?" "Excuse me, ma'am, sir, may I take your order?" "Excuse me." Finally, the 3rd time, the two of you realize that there's another person in the universe, and you look up, and you're like, "Oh, yes, of course, of course." You both place your orders, and the server turns around to put your order into the kitchen. But the server accidentally hits a light switch as they're going to the kitchen. And all of a sudden, the entire restaurant is filled with a high key value. Everything's light in the restaurant. Visualize everything in the restaurant. Finally, you can see your surroundings and the person you're standing or sitting with. And you look across the table. For the first time, you get a good look at this person who is your soulmate. And you look up, and it's an alien, and they're really ugly and scary! Okay, open your eyes. Okay, super focus on the page. 1, 2, 3. Shh. First, I want you to read the directions along with me before we begin. First, use the side of a well-sharpened number 2 pencil, not a mechanical pencil. You need this surface on your pencil, and you need it to be sharp so that you've got as much of that showing as you can. Number 2, you're going to fill the entire space with one solid value. Do not show pencil marks. So if you do it like this, if you shade it in like this, then that won't work, because in between each one of those lines, it's white. So no pencil marks, no scribbling. You're going to use the side of your pencil to do this. Make a gradual change from dark to light. Low key value is dark, high key value is light. No 2 spaces may be the same value. So if these 2 spaces look the same value, the same shade, then one of them has to get darker or one has to get lighter. So on the right hand side of your page, write dark. To help you remember, dark means low key value. Dark, low key value. And on the left hand side, write light? Light means high key value. Now, you're going to start on the right-hand side of your page, and you're going to use the side of your pencil. Now, hold your pencil like this, not like this. If you hold it like this, then you're going to just get the tip. You want to hold it on the side so you get a nice wide shade there. You're going to shade it. I need to turn my page so I can get in there. You're going to shade it with your pencil and go all the way, do the whole thing. I'm going to go over it one more time. I'm going to turn my page some more so it's a little bit easier for me to do this. Now this one, I want this to be as dark as I can possibly make it. So the easiest way to get a gradual change from dark to light, I made that really dark. Now I'm going to go over that whole thing again and go to the next space. I want you to fill the entire frame on each one. And then each time I'm going to go to the first darkest one. I'm going to add another layer of value. Another layer to this one. If I go outside the lines, there's this awesome thing. You should check it out. This is cool. It's called an eraser. Everybody say, ooh, ah. That's so cool. All right. Then each time I'm going to just make this one darker. Darker and darker, darker. And keep going. Now the lightest one, no color here. Don't put anything in this one right here. Start in the darkest area, go across the page again. Now on this one, this is just barely color in this one right here. So on the video, it may not be very visible. It's just a little bit of value. These two look the same to me, so I need to add some more value here, so that I can make some more contrast. Okay, when you're done, this is a cross-hatching example. You're not going to have these lines in here, but I did this one in marker so it's easier for you to see. So, low key value is dark, high key value is light. Now the lightest possible value that you can get is the white of the page. So on the far left hand side, don't put anything at all in this space right here. Okay, go ahead and finish this page. Dark to light, no two spaces are the same.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Camp Granada. Camp is very entertaining, and they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. I went hiking with Joe Spivey. He developed poison ivy. You remember Leonard Skinner? He got ptomaine poisoning last night after dinner. All the counselors hate the waiters, and the lake has alligators, and the head coach wants no sissies, so he reads to us from something called Ulysses. Now I don't want this should scare you, but my bunkmate has malaria. You remember Jeffrey Hardy? They're about to organize a searching party. Take me home, oh mother, father, take me home. I hate Granada, don't leave me out in the forest where I might get eaten by a bear. Take me home, I promise I will not make noise or mess the house with other boys. Oh, please don't make me stay. I've been here one whole day. Dearest father, darling mother, how's my precious little brother? Let me come home if you miss me. I would even let Aunt Bertha hug and kiss me. Wait a minute, it stopped hailing. Guys are swimming, guys are sailing, playing baseball. Gee, that's better. Mother, father, kindly disregard this letter.